Hello, everyone. Welcome to Catherine's ESL Classroom. In today's lesson, we are going to have part 2 of Welcome to Autumn. In part 1, we learned about what happened during autumn, the autumnal equinox, and some of the things that happen during autumn or fall. In part 2, we are going to actually have more of a summary of part 1 in more depth. We are going to learn about the holidays, the summary of the autumnal equinox, a nice learn about it, and we are going to learn about a famous holiday that occurs in autumn, and then we're going to have a knowledge check to test your knowledge. So let's have some fun and learn some more. So welcome again, everyone. I hope you're doing fantastic on this autumn day. So this will be part 2, which will include our quiz. So what we will review. We will review what the holidays are in the fall. What's the history behind a famous holiday? The summary of the autumnal fall equinox, and a knowledge check to test your knowledge. So who's ready for part 2? Okay, so right now we're going to focus on the autumn holidays. As you know, this is focusing on the USA, which means the United States of America. So we will learn about Halloween, which lands on October 31st every year. Who's ready for Halloween? Ooh. Okay, what just came in? That's a pumpkin, right? Pumpkin. Okay, these children are dressed up in costumes. Costumes. Okay, so Halloween was originally believed to be the night when the spirits of the dead appeared. Nowadays, the children shout, "Trick or treat!" and the people give the children candy or chocolates. Now, which adults are you that go trick-or-treating with your children and maybe also dress up in costumes like the children here? So on the bottom picture, what do you think are the costumes that they are wearing? Okay, what do you think it is? A lion, right? I think this is a lion costume to the left, one that's in brown and orange hair. What about the one to the right? This looks like a character from maybe Star Wars. What do you think? All right, and what is on the curb, on the concrete that's in orange, that is all cut out? Pumpkin. Now, what's the plural of pumpkin? Pumpkins. Pumpkins. Remember to pronounce your S, sounding like a snake. Pumpkins. Good job. Now we are going to talk about Thanksgiving, which occurs every 4th Thursday of November. Okay. What is Thanksgiving? It is a holiday. Thanksgiving was the first American holiday. It began in 1621 when Indians, Native Americans, and Pilgrims got together for a 3-day feast of food and games. Schools, banks, and post offices are closed. Now, here's a painting of the first Thanksgiving in 1621. Did you notice that? Who were the Pilgrims? The Pilgrims came from England to North America to start a new life. They sailed on the Mayflower ship in 1621. So that was the name of the ship, Mayflower. Who were the Indians? Remember, Native Americans. They were very good hunters. They showed the Pilgrims how to plant corn, remember maize, where to fish, and where to hunt beaver. They've done a lot more than that, but these were the most famous things that the Indians did for the Pilgrims, how they showed them, because they were the Native Americans here. Gobble, gobble is what the turkey says. Most Americans eat turkey on Thanksgiving. You can usually see turkeys in American forests, and sometimes you can see them just kind of floating around in some parks that you might see. Ah, here's a bonus here. How long does it take to cook a turkey? Who cooks turkey on Thanksgiving? A 20-pound turkey takes approximately 4 to 5 hours to cook in an oven. That's right. Big turkey here, right? Who loves turkey? I do. Yum, yum. So what other foods are popular during Thanksgiving? Cranberry sauce. Let's repeat. Cranberry sauce. Good job. Mashed potatoes and gravy. Repeat. Good job. Mashed potatoes and gravy. Yum, yum. How about some Thanksgiving desserts? Desserts. Pumpkin pie with whipped cream. Apple pie. Who loves pumpkin pie with whipped cream? I do. How about apple pie? That's hot. Yum. Better hot than cold. At least I do. There's also the New York Thanksgiving Day Parade. This happens in Manhattan. Another name for New York City is Manhattan. Okay. So this is very famous parade during Thanksgiving. A lot of floats. These are called floats. You see Snoopy. What other characters are these? You should put this down in the comments. I think I see Garfield. Remember, he's the mischievous cat. And Snoopy, our wonderful dog cartoon character. Thanksgiving is a great holiday. Why do you think it's a great holiday? What's happening in this picture? Okay. So maybe we see family and friends all sitting together. And what are they doing? That's right. They are holding hands. What's happening with their eyes? Right. That's right. Their eyes are closed. So what happens when you're sitting at a table and it's a very great holiday and everyone's holding hands, has their eyes closed? They could be praying. They could be giving thanks. Okay. So this is count your blessings by giving thanks to your friends, family, and the bountiful of food. Bountiful of food, right? It's bountiful. That means you have an abundant amount. You have a lot of food. So we want to count your blessings by giving thanks. This is why we call this Thanksgiving. So what are you thankful for? Now, to have a fun activity, you can draw your hand turkey. You take your hand, your right hand or your left hand, and you want to trace it. You take a piece of paper and you trace it around your fingers, okay? And then you draw your little turkey picture. You just add some of the extra over here or however you want to do it. and you want to write things you are thankful for on the fingers. So maybe your thumb, your pointer, middle finger. Okay, this is what? What do we call this? We call this maybe the ring finger, right? And then we have the pinky. Okay, so the pointer could also be our index finger. Do you think this is called the index finger? Put it down in the comments. Sometimes I like to trick you. Okay. Now, the horn of plenty is called cornucopia. That's a tough one. Cornucopia. That's the horn of plenty. So if you notice here, the basket is shaped as a horn, and plenty, because it's abundant, it's bountiful, of the harvest. Okay, remember the harvest, the full of the harvest. Okay. What does harvest mean? That's right. It's kind of a farmer's term where everything is harvest. That means it's ready for picking. Okay, you want to pick the crop. That's your harvest. Okay, so the cornucopia, which is long associated with Thanksgiving, it represents America's prosperity, abundance, and success. Its history can be traced back to the 5th century BC, before Christ. Did you know that? Yes. So when we say long associated, that means it goes back and they're connected. Okay. Now, a summary of autumnal, fall equinox, and then some. Look at all the lovely seasons here. Everything to know about the fall equinox, okay, which would be the second picture to the left. The first official day of fall happens towards the end of September. Official. You know what official means? It's on paper. Here's the science behind the autumnal equinox. Person strolling or hiking. Equinoxes mark the changes or the changing of seasons. Okay, it's the changing of seasons. Seasons are caused by the tilt of the Earth's axes. Remember, it's tilted on an axis. This happens as the Earth travels around the sun. Okay, sun setting there. The axis is the imaginary line around which the planet spins. Okay, the imaginary line, that means you do not see it. It sits at an angle of about 23 degrees away from vertical. Okay, this is vertical, this is horizontal. Okay, in the northern hemisphere, the days are longer during summer, right? Days are longer during the summer. This is because the North Pole is pointed toward the sun. Okay, so definitely get more daylight. During winter, the days are shorter, less daylight. This means the North Pole is pointed away from the sun. Okay. Equinox is Latin for equal night. Equal night, equinox. During an equinox, the day and night are equal lengths. Equal lengths. This means that the North Pole doesn't point towards the sun. Doesn't point towards the sun. And it doesn't point away from the sun. Doesn't point away from the sun. It means it's directly in between, making the days neither short nor long. Equal length of day, equal length of night. The fall equinox marks the first official day of autumn. Official, remember that, on paper, it's on record. There are exactly 12 hours of sunlight that day. Exactly 12 hours of sunlight that day. There are 2 equinoxes per year. Do you remember the 2 equinoxes per year? The one that occurs in September is the fall equinox. 2022 was September 22nd. The one that happens in the spring is the vernal equinox. Vernal equinox is the spring. But it's different if you live in the southern hemisphere. It's different. There, the fall equinox happens in March. So southern hemisphere, the fall happens in March. And the September equinox signals the start of spring. Bumblebee is different from solstice. Okay. 2 solstices here. That's the spring. Solstices happen when the sun's path is farthest from the equator. Okay, the sun's path is farthest from the equator. Conversely, equinoxes happen when the sun is aligned with the equator. They are aligned with the equator, the sun, equinoxes. Like equinoxes, solstices happen twice per year. 2 equinoxes, 2 solstices. They occur in the spring and the summer, right? Spring and summer solstices. During the summer solstice, the North Pole tilts closest to the sun, right? Toward the sun, the North Pole, summer. This makes it the longest day of the year, meaning more sunlight, summer. The opposite happens during the winter solstice. Snow, cold. The South Pole is tilted closest to the sun. Winter solstice. The day of that solstice is the shortest, darkest day of the year. Shortest, darkest day, winter solstice. Again, this is specifically referring to the northern hemisphere. Northern hemisphere. So long, summer, right? Because we're in the beginning of the autumnal or fall equinox. So now let's get ready to test your knowledge. So what's the story behind this picture? Do you remember? What's the story behind this picture? Now, for those that watched part 1, go back to it if you don't remember. But you can guess too, right? I'll give you a hint. It happened why Thanksgiving kind of occurred. How it was like the first American holiday. But what happened here in this picture? So the Indians taught the Pilgrims how to plant corn, where to fish, and where to hunt beaver. Would it be A? Would it be B? Indians were very good hunters. They showed the Pilgrims how to grow corn and to fish. Or C, both, A and B. What do you think? What are you choosing? Okay, time's up. Both A and B. Now, if you can zoom in on the bottom right, bottom left, not bottom right, bottom left corner, this is showing Squanto showing the pilgrims how to plant corn using the fish to help it grow. Can you believe it? They used fish to help it grow. Help what grow? Corn. Can you believe that? That is fantastic. Now, bonus question. Who is Squanto? Give you hints. You think it's an Indian or a pilgrim? Squanto. That's right, Indian. What's another name for Indian? That's right, American. Native American. Native American. Native American. All right, got that, those two words down. Fantastic. On the autumnal equinox, what happens? What do you think happens during the autumnal equinox? Would it be summer officially ends and fall officially begins? Summer officially begins and fall officially begins? Fall officially begins and winter officially begins. Now, another bonus. What does officially mean? What do you think it means? Put it down in the comments. Officially. First, you have to be able to pronounce it. Officially. Okay. So on the autumnal equinox, what happens? A, B, or C? Not B, not C. It would be summer officially ends and fall officially begins. Okay, this could be tricky with the words here. So you have to pay attention to the words. Okay, summer ends and fall begins. The trick word was officially, right? Kind of threw you off. So remember, equinox is not a day-long astronomical event. It's a brief moment in time when the sun appears directly over the Earth's equator. Okay? Do all birds migrate? Do they all migrate? Do they all migrate during the fall or the autumn? That's the question. A, yes, because most birds can eat fruits or insects. B, no, because they eat seeds and can find plenty of food over the winter months to survive. C, both A and B. It's tricky. Oh, not A. Looks like B. No. Do all birds migrate? No, because they eat seeds. So the birds that do not migrate, they can eat seeds and they can find plenty of food over the winter months to survive. Now, as you remember, not all birds migrate, and this is another one here, right? Do you remember? This was like the nutcracker kind, right? Do you remember? That's right. If you can see, he's in the snow. So you can see not all birds migrate. What is he eating here? He's eating seeds. So what holidays do we celebrate during autumn? What do you think? What holidays do we celebrate during autumn? A, school, Halloween, and Thanksgiving. B, Halloween and Thanksgiving. C, Thanksgiving. Do you remember? Not A, not C. B, Halloween and Thanksgiving are the holidays that we celebrate during autumn. I was trying to trick you. School does start during the fall, but that's not a holiday. So how many months are in the fall? A, 4 months, September, October, November, and December. B, 3 months, October, November, and December. C, 2 months, October and November. Which one? A, B, or C? Not A, not C. 3 months, October, November, and December. Are you sure? I don't think so. All right, I was trying to trick you here. If you notice here, okay, so I want to know which one you think is correct. It's not A, it's not B, and it's not C. I'm glad you caught it. So there are 3 months, but which months are they? September, because fall officially started, formally put in paper as a record. That's officially put on the paper as a record. It's September 22nd was when it officially started. And we have October, and then we have November. What happens in December? What season is it? That's right, it's winter. I love to trick my students here, and I wanted to see if you were paying attention. So it's neither A, B, or C. But the answer is B, 3 months, but the months are incorrect. And what are they? That's right, September, October, November. Because when did fall start? What day? That's right. It started September 22nd. This year is what? 2022. Now, another bonus question. Can fall only land on September 22nd? No, that's right. It could be either September 22nd or September 23rd. Another bonus. Let's see how much you know. In the Northern Hemisphere, what time did it start? It's actual time. Okay, you can look it up in the farmer's market. The farmer's market almanac. A tough word there. I'll give you a hint how to spell almanac. A-L-M-A-N-A-C. Now, what time did it start on September 22nd, 2022, Eastern Standard Time? That's correct. You got it. 9:04 p.m. Look at that. Well, how did everyone do? Happy autumn, happy fall, everyone. Who's playing in the leaves? Who's raking them? I know, lots of things happening. So thank you, everyone, enjoying Welcome to Autumn Part 2. Until next time, bye.